Welcome to my platform. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your location or anytime you are meeting this video on YouTube. And if you like what I do here, please, after watching, subscribe, put on your notification bell, set it to all notifications so that you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. In this platform, we react to all forms of video. What we do before putting the video, analyze it, and we sit down there to watch it together with you. Then later we'll come to the comment section to talk about it. Of course, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion, but let us always do it constructively in the comment section. Like you can see, this is my t-shirt, this is my merchandise. If you like this,
and as soon as I know, people don't comply with the declaration by the Inspector General of Police, say make movement no day at all today for the whole of Anambra State. Make people go their polling units, go exercise their franchise, make them go vote. Before today, many things don't happen for this state where we did so. But police in the last 2 weeks don't carry out operations for Anambra State, where even we dey here never really hear say Jaguda people cause any wahala anywhere for the state. The state get 21 local government areas with over 5,000 polling units. The election they hold for the 3 senatorial districts of the state. And from the things where we also don't hear from the people where they organize this election will be the Independent National Electoral Commission. Their chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, also say INEC don't do everything where they're supposed to do within their power to make sure say this election goes serere werere.
Yesterday, we moved all the materials from the central bank to the various local government areas. As you know, we normally store our sensitive materials with the central bank in terms of resources and also in terms of ballot papers. These ballot papers and these resources have moved to the 21 local government areas of Anambra State. Secondly, we are also using the biomodal voter accreditation system for the purposes of accreditation and authentication of voters. We have also moved all of them to the various local government areas. The supervisory presiding officers are now, as at now, dividing the materials in accordance with the various registration areas so that they can move to their super racks and to the racks from where they will deploy at the first light tomorrow morning. So as of today, things are really going on well. Our ad hoc staff are reporting to the various local governments ready for deployment. The SPOs have all left. The local government supervisors have all left. We had a slight shortfall in terms of ad hoc staff. So we have harvested that particular shortfall from Delta State and from Enugu State in terms of members of the National Youth Service. So they have already arrived and they will be deployed to the contiguous local governments areas. So as of today, we are ready to go.
How did the commission feel when the issue of the sit-at-home? You know, we just found out now that they've called off their sit-at-home order for 1 week. But talking about ad hoc staff and the NYC members, I remember some parents were saying they wouldn't allow their children to go to Anambra. So how did the commission feel at that time?
This commission has been very focused. This commission has been very determined, and this commission has also been very committed to delivering on this particular election. As far as the commission is concerned, Section 178 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria gives us a certain a threshold, a certain window within which to deliver on a governorship election. And the moment we are unable to deliver within that constitutional window, we fall off the constitutional radar, and then there will be constitutional confusion. And because of that, we were determined that we are going to deliver this particular election. We liaise with the various security agencies, we interface with the political parties, we interface with the civil society groups and organizations, and we interface with all the critical stakeholders in the electoral process. And we made it very clear to them that we are determined to go ahead with this particular election. And so we've been very focused on our mandate in terms of organizing, undertaking, and supervising elections. And we have not looked back. We have appealed to all the people that we need to appeal to. As far as we are concerned, it seems that our advocacy has paid off handsomely in terms of the level of calm and the level of tranquility that pervades the atmosphere as of today. As you know, we had a stakeholders meeting where the leaders of all the political parties were invited. We also invited all the candidates in the election. We invited civil society groups and organizations. And the chairman made it very clear to them that we are proceeding with this election and all our processes are in place. The Inspector General of Police also made it very, very clear that he has the capacity to dominate the electoral environment, to make sure that no harm befalls any ad hoc staff and no harm befalls any voter. And then yesterday, our former head of state, General Abdusalemi Abubakar, was in Oka together with Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka and the INEC chairman, where a peace accord was signed. So as far as we are concerned, these are measures that we have put in place. These are measures we've been following in order to make sure that we have a very good election in Anambra State. And we are happy that we are moving ahead, and we have delivered to the various local governments, and some of the supervisory presiding officers are already moving to the super racks and to the racks.
But a lot of persons will wonder if we had so many discordant tunes, drums of war, and the fear of being attacked, and people saying the election will not hold.
Yes.
INEC still went ahead to say we will still conduct the election. That means INEC knew that they were going to announce and call off or cancel their 1 week sit-at-home order.
The Commission released the timetable and schedule of activities for this election on the 19th day of January 2021. And we had 14 items on that particular agenda. We followed all those items one after the other, and we never missed a day in terms of the implementation of any of those items. So as of today, 13 of those items have been implemented. So we have never wavered, we have never looked back, because we conducted the Edo and Ondo governorship elections under very, very difficult circumstances. If you recall, when this pandemic set in, nobody was sure in relation to its dynamics, its characteristics, and everybody felt vulnerable. But this commission was the first commission in the whole of Africa that developed an electoral continuity plan and developed an electoral process that can accommodate conducting elections in difficult circumstances. And this was at a period when advanced countries were either postponing the elections, cancelling the elections, or not too sure on how to proceed, but we proceeded. So we felt that we have been called upon to conduct elections in very peaceful atmosphere and also in very challenging periods. So we saw this as a challenge, and we accepted that we must rescue this country from any form of electoral confusion, because the moment a country slips into a constitutional confusion, you never know how it is going to pan out. So we decided that we needed to proceed with this election.
So if you had postponed the election or suspended it for like what you did in Edo, would there have been any constitutional crisis?
Now, if you look at the constitutional band within Section 178 of the Constitution, you can see that we cannot proceed with the election earlier than 18th of October 2021, and we cannot proceed with the election later than 15th February 2021. Now, if you look at Section 179 of the Constitution, the Section 179 provides that at the end of this election, since we have 18 candidates, that for you to declare anyone as having been duly elected, the candidate must score a quarter of the votes cast in 2/3 of all the local government areas, and also score majority of lawful votes cast. If a candidate is unable, if no candidate meets that threshold, the Constitution says that we must conduct another election within a period of 21 days. So what you need to do is you subtract 15 February, subtract 21 days from that, and you can see that the gap keeps on narrowing. So if because of any challenge you call off an election, the moment you call off an election once, you narrow the band left for you to intervene when there's a problem. And we did not want to get into that type of constitutional logjam.
Okay. So you think that election will be safe for those who will be voting as well as your staff?
I've moved around. I've gone to 4 local governments today And as far as we are concerned, there is adequate security provided in our local government offices. There's adequate security provided in our registration area centers and the super registration area centers. And the police have also assured us, and the security agencies have assured us, that one, the inner cordon will still be occupied by unarmed security personnel. The middle cordon will be occupied by armed security personnel who are going to be patrolling, and they will also be stationary in some places. In places where we have schools, either primary or secondary schools, with 4 or 5 police units, they are going to station a contingent of armed security officers at those places. This is just to show up the confidence of the people that they can come out to vote and that they will be safe and protected in such an environment. And people are looking forward to this election.
So what about the issue of the INEC portal for results? Are you using that? Are you deploying it in Anambra?
Yes, definitely. We are going to deploy it. We are going to use the beavers for purposes of uploading polling unit results into our INEC result viewing portal. So people can follow these results real time as they come into our portal.
So that means INEC is using the electronic transmission of results.
What we are doing is that we are going to upload polling unit results into our result viewing portal for purposes of transparency and also for purposes of building up trust. But as you know, if you look at the Electoral Act, if you look at section 63, 65, and 74, you will see that the collation process for our election still remains manual. The declaration process is manual, and the return is manual. So everything is manual. So the results we are uploading into our portal cannot be used for the purposes of collation and cannot be used for the purposes of declaration and return.
So what's the essence?
The essence is that you know, as an individual, what has gone on at the level of the polling unit. You have the result at the level of the polling unit. So you can establish your own situation room. You do your own tabulation. And I believe that if collation officers are aware that the results that are collating, that individuals already have those results, the temptation to go and begin to manipulate the results will be completely zero. So we are excited at the fact that we continue to use our INEC result viewing portal for the purposes of uploading polling unit level results.
Okay, finally for me, I would like to ask a question. You're using university professors now. I hope we will not experience what happened in Akwa Ibom here in Anambra State.
Honestly, I don't know who, in terms of collation officers.
Yes, and the ones that they took to court and had to be remanded.
We are confident that the collation officers that will collate this particular result are people who are knowledgeable and they will do what is right, taking into consideration the sensitivity of this particular election and also taking into consideration that this election is one of the elections that we build up into the 2023 elections. So we are confident that they will do the right thing.
So people with notable credibility? We are going to assemble those who have credibility and those who can do the job and do it well. Some of them have done this job. You see, the challenge in this type of thing is that it is just the misdemeanor of one individual that will be highlighted. But if you recall, for the 2019 general elections, we deployed over 1 million ad hoc staff, over 1 million. And we deployed thousands of collation officers. But it's just the misdemeanor of 1 or 2 persons that will be highlighted. We believe that majority of those who have acted as our collation officers are people who are noble and they have done a noble work. And we continue to encourage them and also continue to get them to do what is right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching this video together with me. Like I said before, if it is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel and you like what I do, please subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, leave your comment in the comment section. You are free to criticize, but let us do it always constructively. Remain blessed. I appreciate your massive support and I love and cherish each and every one of you. Until I meet you again in my next video, for now I will say bye-bye.